The inquiry, who am I, is so beautiful. It takes away all the clutter. And it's so simple actually. Simplest prescription for delusion. Why does the mind resist it so much? Why does the mind want to be done with it? The mind says it should be done. But actually, this inquiry, who am I, reveals so much. There's no end to it. We want to come to some conclusion. That's the problem. The question then, the mind says, when will it be finished for me? Never. It's not about finishing. There's no perfection in this realm. In fact, the imperfection is the perfection. Yeah? Yes. There's no perfection in any action, any expression, any words, least of all words actually. You see? And if we engage ourselves in finding imperfection, then we can go on for a million lifetimes and we'll keep finding them. But who am I? Not sure when it froze up. You can hear me now? Yes? Okay. At who am I? Yes. So this question, who am I, in its sheer simplicity, in its sheer potency, is very difficult for the mind. And the voice of separation, this voice of individual existence, plays in the way that it does everything possible to resist this looking. Because the question, who am I, is not a thinking process. If you can't find your shoes, you will look for them. Just by thinking about it might give you some pointers to it, but will not help you find them. In the same way, we ask, who am I? Because in the pretending to be something individual, we seem to have lost the real I. That which is impossible to do is to lose yourself. And yet, this is the game of the seeker. If you speak to a child and you tell this child in satsang, so what do? We look for the I. It's the funniest thing, isn't it? What? I look for the I? You see? That which looks itself is the I. I look for I. So who is the I that looks? You are aware that you exist. You are aware that there is the appearance of this world, there is the appearance of this body, there is the appearance of thoughts, emotions, sensations. And there is also the awareness of your own existence. Stay here, don't get sidetracked from this point. You know that you exist. That which knows of existence, what can we say about that one? That you exist is not second-hand information for you. This is the most apparent, most obvious thing to know. Who is this? Who am I? most of us now can say that we know that the person does not exist. Say, I know that there is no person. In that itself, it is clear that this I cannot be a person. And then we say, I know that I exist, but not personally. The sense of existence, the sense that I am, is also known. By who or what is it known? This knowingness, this awareness, is it at some distance from you? The mind says that that one which is dancing on the screen, the one that is dancing on the screen, should now become awareness. That is when I will tell you that you are free. The mind says like that. That this one which is appearing should now merge into awareness or some fancy idea like that. It's not about that. It's not about the body mind which is appearing. Because you are not a localized entity encapsulated within the body mind somewhere that you can't even find. Therefore, you cannot be here, you see. When I say here, I mean here spatially. Cannot be enclosed in this realm of space. But the mind only knows this realm of time and space. And therefore, it is frustrated as a seeker. He says, very, very frustrated. Is the frustration of, of the mind a bad thing or a good thing? Take the mind.
To the mind, it's a very bad thing. But
To the mind, its own frustration is very bad, obviously. But
it's just grace. I can't just touch the mind. It's just
because what does the mind want? The mind says that one day I woke up and I meditated so hard that I saw the self like this. This was the self. I saw it as an object. You see, it wants it like that.
yes.
It cannot be like that. Because if something was to appear like that, then the question would still remain, who is it appearing to? You see, so it cannot be an appearance. Because you cannot be an appearance. Something deeper than the mind already knows this. Because when I say this, you cannot be an appearance, it seems so obvious. Or maybe it just hurts the ego too much too. Yes, yes, how can I be an appearance? Aparna said in the meanwhile, just a horrible day as a person. As a person, then everything is horrible usually, relatively. You see. But then if the person itself is just imagined, then the horrible day for the person also imagined. Because right now, everything is just what it is. So the seeker identity takes on these ideas that I must keep my attention only with the
Yeah.
presence.
Father, because it's like if right now if it goes to the mind, then it feels just too much, and when the attention is brought back, it's
What is too much? Let's examine all the concepts that we believe.
it just goes.
The mind is too much.
It's too much, and it's too, and everything is so restless, and
If you're trying to cross the street, then the amount of traffic on the street makes a lot of difference. You see?
mm,
But if you're not trying to move anywhere, you're just watching the traffic on the street, then does it matter whether it's a lot of activity in the mind or not?
but it feels like I become the traffic, and then it feels like I know I can't.
So,
Yeah, so it feels better when the attention is on the being, and then when the
so
distance.
if I was to say, don't even be concerned about how it feels,
Mm.
how does that feel?
It's very fearful, Father. As soon as I touch the person, everything is very fearful. It's not even like anymore like a normal personhood anymore. It's become like this. Like I was just telling something. So like normally, if you're attached to your person, you're just normal, like normal work day. But here now, just it's impossible. Like it's almost like a fear of death. Like it's like I can't live like this anymore. And it comes to that point when I'm like, oh my God, I hope I don't do anything wrong.
Okay.
So I can't be there in that fear. So
Okay. Now, this voice you give it to me for a while.
yeah, yeah.
This voice you
Right
give
now,
it to me
yeah.
for a while. Now, speak as your presence. What is happening to you? Speak as the presence. What's happening to you?
Nothing. That's why it's nice to be here, Father. So in the mind like that, and when I'm here, I'm just so joyful. Like this is even if it's just it's okay if the mind is screaming
Yeah.
then. So the fear is like when the attention goes to the mind, it's just completely engaged with the mind because of fear here. It's all fear ridden. Because I know where the mind's taking me. It's not going to be like even like before you said, even if you're a person and you're at my feet, will you be happy? It's impossible to be a person anymore. Because this mind will not let me stay. Then it's grace. Because I can't be a normal person anymore. Having tasted the light, there's no way I can be there. No way. And I can see like as soon as I wake up morning, this fear emerges, like so much fear. And the story starts, and then takes a while to just come back into the presence. Like it even says like I'm going to leave everything and go live in Sahaja with Guruji because I cannot. I have to get back. This that identity that
Yeah.
feels it was there somewhere, and then I can see it, and then this energy to come back into the presence. And when then I see if it's all just noise, it's so much better for
Okay,
like the
but this
distance.
I that is reporting is which one? Because our theme of our satsang today was who am I?
Mm, the same one. So the one that wants the attention back into the being
Is which
not
one?
is not the being itself.
Not in this way.
Not in this way.
Everything moves only through the will of being.
This one, because the key
Because
here is just
if God wanted attention to be somewhere, are you saying that it wouldn't be? Is it? So God is not wanting actually.
something wants to know what to do then because as soon as the attention goes, it gets very like so the story goes like when I wake up, it's like randomly in the mind somewhere. The attention and then it starts like it's like all the attention is on the mind random like
Hmm.
I have to do this or
You know that all of this, the
yeah,
play of personhood, is just a pretense.
yeah.
Why you take it so seriously?
It's very fearful. I don't want to like there's
Fearful
no
is what? Fearful means what? The presence of fear. What
yeah.
does it do to you? If you keep fearing the fear, then it'll keep playing the fear card. Can it not be that if there is fear, there is fear? If there is joy, there is joy? Why must something want to change just what is?
Somehow I can't accept this, Father.
Yes.
And that's why it's
Because,
playing again and
yeah,
again
yeah.
and again. Like,
Because you feel that I must do something so that this fearful state doesn't come.
It the biggest fear is the one that says I cannot live like this anymore, and the
Mm.
fear of like doing something to myself.
Mm.
This is the fear, and after one of the Sangha members, like she was suicidal, that fear came up.
Mm.
And like, oh my God. And that from that day on, it comes like if I touch the person, then it's like it gets into this grief ridden, fearful, like I can't live in my person anymore. This is what it says. And then
Okay, so start now.
start with
Start now, not living in the person. How will you do it? Don't even play with your attention. Freedom does not mean a mastery over our attention. Because if it was just about keeping attention on the third eye or something like this, you see, it'd
it's
be a
too
very
much
constricted
effort.
state
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
If it happened naturally, it's fine.
Yeah.
But if it just became that I am so free that I just have to keep my attention on the tip of my nose, that cannot be freedom, isn't it? Just because attention is moving, what is happening? Let it move now.
It's not moving now.
It's moving, no? It came to the face, it went internally, it's moving still. Let your attention move about. Accept whatever is coming. Don't label anything. Even if labels are coming, let them also come and go. See,
Feel like shifting everything to you, Father. That also doesn't happen here. It's like,
give the giver also.
yes. I don't even like bother about the attention because that was giving some solace. Yeah, Father.
I'm the destroyer of all solace, is it?
Something's not liking this because, uh, yeah.
Maybe because if it's not natural and it moves about and you're trying to control it and it becomes this Mahabharata of trying
Yeah.
to control your attention or not, better to drop it. For some, it can seem natural. See? It wasn't here natural.
It becomes not like from experience, it becomes natural when you like,
When
just
you,
let it go,
yes,
and somehow here it's not playing, it's playing
let it go
very.
now. Let your attention go wherever it wants. Then attention is actually God's way of tasting this world, including the realm of contrast available in this world, are tasted only through our attention, isn't it?
It starts getting into the thoughts all the time then. And
Yes, so it's tasting thoughts like that. Then let it let all thoughts come also. Then the thought itself comes and says, "Oh, but it's getting stuck in thoughts.
mm,
Something is not liking all this."
there's this identity that fails to understand what's going on here, and I really don't
But
care.
it's really simple, no?
Yeah,
You left your attention. Now what is left?
nothing.
Attention is going to thoughts. Okay, so then what happened? Thoughts are saying something. Like attention should not go to thoughts. That itself a thought is saying. So then, if you're no longer believing what a thought is trying to convince us about who we are, then nothing else really matters. If you're no longer believing what the thoughts are trying to convince us about who we are, that's all there is.
But then there is a sense that belief goes.
Yes, so this is the main point, you see.
I
Now the belief goes to what? That I am a person still.
really need to look at this, Father, because I don't even know if I'm just like there's a fear that belief is going and all this is going on because of that, or
Okay,
because
let's start
it's
very simple.
it's not possible that I believe myself to be a
Exactly,
person at all, and
exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
but it's very muddled up in the mind, and it's
The mind is muddled up.
yeah, it's yeah,
Who does that matter to?
over muddled up
Huh?
right now.
Okay, mind is muddled up. Who does that matter to?
The mind.
Okay, and who are you? I want to hear it today. Now, who are you? Hmm?
It's this energetic sense.
Energetic sense is here. Is it always here?
Sometimes strong, sometimes not strong at all, but it's here.
When you
I'm
sleep,
always
also it's
here.
here.
Um, mhm.
Who knows that I woke up? I went to sleep. Is it not you?
Yeah.
That is why we call this I amness, this presence, the primal or the primordial appearance, the primordial vibration. But you are that which is prior even to this fit. And it is this knowingness itself which is now existing. You see, because this can be very confusing to the mind. And I've realized that some in the Sangha have started to get confused with this, but it's actually as simple as this. So, okay, what do you see? So, so it's a hand. So this hand. And now what do you see?
Finger.
You see a finger, but is it not still the hand? You see? So because the appearance of consciousness is there, did the hand become two? You see? So it's one hand, and hand itself with the birth of the being like this seems like there is a dichotomy or something like this, but it is still the hand. It is the same I, which is amming. Same hand, no one hand. Like this or like this. The appearance can appear of these fingers. And when I did like this, immediately it came, oh, finger. Was hand is now finger. But actually, it's still hand. It needs a lot of innocence to just stay with this, actually, because if you try to understand it, it's all confusing. It's still a hand, no? Whether a finger or not appeared, still a hand. You see? But with the appearance of the finger, and if the flow of life is like this nail which is growing on the finger, then the nail itself starts saying sometimes that, oh, there is no finger, while it still continues to consider itself to be the nail. I know it's digressing a bit from where you started, you see. But the point is that many times when we say that there is no being or consciousness or presence, it is just the individual identity of the nail now saying that there is no finger, it's only the hand. Okay, forget it. Who are you now? Identity itself comes and says, when I touch the identity, then I feel so terrible. I don't want to be stuck there. This is which one?
This is the painful one, Father.
This one is
This one.
this one.
This one. So now that you've taken the attention thing away, it's like something like that.
Yeah. So what do I do? What do I do? Is about which I.
Yeah.
It's too free actually. Not having to control our attention is too open and too free. And there's a urge to go to some thought about it.
Like sometimes when I just like the attention is let go,
Yes.
there's this extreme sense of fear, like
Yes. Yes.
like very wobbly. Like I was in a store the other day and like just and then okay, then come back to presence, but something was just like
Yes.
very wobbly.
Like
Like
Guruji used to do, no? Let's do that.
there's no sense of
Huh?
presence sometimes for them. Then I feel like okay, then I'm in the first like something just starts feeling very wobbly, and it feels like if the sense of presence is not here, then for sure there's personhood going on, like some nonsense, like just
Okay, let's do like Guruji used to do. No, once he said, I'm just going to say three, two, one, drop it. And you let go of all sense of control. Just one thing you have to do is don't go and hide behind any concept. Don't believe a concept. Okay? So, all of us, no matter what fear comes, what wobbliness comes, let it all come. Hmm? And let's see what happens where our head really explodes. So, three, two, one, drop it. Now, come what may, don't pick up a concept. Let all concepts come and go. What happened? See, it's good because at least you'll say, then others who are feeling it at least will know, okay, thank God she asked that thing. Because I just presume it's just so simple. I just say, you say what happened. Thought came, or some sensation came, or what happened.
have no idea.
And it's a bad thing.
No idea, really. Like,
Yes, get used to this
no
having no idea. Don't worry about it.
idea.
This having no idea, this not knowing, is the mental not knowing.
Yeah.
Don't rush to a knowing. Don't rush to any interpretation. Remain without a mental knowing of everything and see if life stops. Resist the urge to know something mentally and see if existence stops. The urge to label things. Don't call anything fear. Don't call anything joy, bliss. Love you too, my dear.